Welcome to Capra Horse Tarot. Today we are looking at my newest acquisition from a Kickstarter called the Tarot Disassembled. And this is the second edition, so this was available as an add-on to the other deck, which I'll show in a different video, which is called the Tarot Assembled. Okay, to start off with, this was created by, hopefully I say this all right, Jennifer Cooper Steedley. Okay, and you can find her at these socials. So first off, so I don't forget to mention it, quite unique to this deck, it does not come with a guidebook, physical guidebook. However, it does come with a QR code for you to get a PDF version of the guidebook. So that's kind of neat. I haven't had a chance to download it and flip through it yet because it's been a very hectic summer here. But I look forward to looking at it, and I kind of like the concept. I think it's quite neat. So this deck came in a cute little box with a magnetic closure, and it has a nice interior, and the quote in the interior says, "Symbols are powerful because they are the visible signs of invisible realities." And that is a quote by Saint Augustine. And we'll just move that to the side. So the backing is quite neat. It's got a gold foil to it. I don't know if you can see the sheen. It's a little dark today. I'm a little late videoing than I normally do, and it's starting to get a little overcast outside. So it has an edging to it that is kind of a green tinge, greeny yellow tinge to it. So let's go through it, and we'll start discussing it as we go through. So, kind of a unique concept. It has different symbols from each card that is pulled and just presented as the symbols themselves instead of the tableau or the picture that you would normally see in the deck. So let's go through this now. So some of them you'll see are quite interesting, like you'd see in the Magician, the table, the different symbols, the infinity sign. And they're at different prominence. And as you can see, the background colors differ. Same with the name of the card, what colors she chose to use. But some of them are not symbols I'd always take for granted, or notice normally within the decks. So this is, of course, based off the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But like the mountains and the lovers, I don't usually notice that. I notice it more in, say, the Eight of Cups. So on the one hand, it's totally re-images the deck itself, but sometimes some of the images just don't give me anything, like the beard for the Hermit, and I think it's also in the Emperor. It just kind of, what do you do with that unless you're looking, a bearded man. I guess it really depends on how you read your decks. I know there is a method that's out there where you just take a specific image and roll with it. So say if I had these two cards pulled, I maybe really focus on the fire, because the fire is in both of these images, and really, start discussing about what interests you, what motivates you, what drives your desires, what needs to change, what's holding you back. It's maybe for some people that read in that style, regularly, may find this a really neat deck to use. For myself, I find I still look to what I know about that card, especially given that it is still using the very traditional images. So it hasn't taken out some of the classic religious symbols that are there. It hasn't made it gender neutral for the most part, especially for the really big cards. And some things may not, I don't know how well it kind of translates. Like if I focused on the cloak here, yeah, the guy wears a cloak, you know, and if I said, oh, you're cloaking your emotions, well, the Two of Wands really is, that's not how I would normally read that card. So it is a bit different. I think it's one of those decks that takes a little bit of time to get used to reading. And it's either a great card for you as a beginner or not a good card for you as a beginner. I don't know which way would fall because, you know, I'm not a beginner anymore. So this does look like a deck that I will find interest in working with and have some fun using it. I don't know if it would be my go-to deck for a lot of readings, and I'm not sure if it's a deck I would work with other people with, but maybe in some ways it does. If someone really focuses on an aspect of it when they're looking at it, then maybe there is some value to what's being shared. Sorry, there is my dog at the door giving me some snotty attitude. So I don't know if there was a particular color choice, you know, symbolism to the colors chosen for the background colors. Even some of the symbols are not, you know, your typical colors that you would choose. So the other thing I should mention is there's a bit of smooth, some kind of coating on the card that when I'm handling it makes it just a little awkward to grab at them, if you can't tell from how I'm pulling them off the piles as I shift them over. And once we're done, I will give this a shuffle and we will draw a card. And see what we get from there. So it shuffles that way decently, this way. It does okay, a little bit stiff, but I definitely have other decks that are harder to shuffle. But I will say the deck itself feels a little thicker than some other decks. And because of that, I'm not able to do the arch after my deck shuffling. Now I know some people don't want to do that, but that's how I usually shuffle. So not the worst deck I have for shuffling, but definitely not the best that I have for shuffling. And I'm just going to flip it because I like to shuffle them a bit both ways. There we go. As you can tell, it takes a little bit of effort to like push them back in together, and that's that coating, I think, kind of binding a little or creating a bit more friction than we want. So let's see what we get for our card. We got the Star. So traditionally wishes, dreams, hopes. So we got a bunch of little stars. We got some water passing through. We got 2 water jugs. So this could also be saying, have you refilled your cup to share and to give back to things with? With the tree here, it can mean that you need to water your plants. It could be that whatever idea, hope, dream, wish you have, you need to nurture it with, water, to make it, viable, to make it thrive, to make it successful. So that's what I have for you for this deck. Once again, this is the Tarot Disassembled. And it's an interesting concept deck. And it could be one that you want to add to your collection, perhaps. That's all I have for today. I hope you have a great day. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And of course, hit the bell if you would like to see more content from me. Thanks. Have a great day.